You might remember your next comedian from such works as The Door. Circle up right now for Damian Turner.
Hey! Oh shit, it's this guy! Surprise! Sell jokes, bitches. That was just a front business so I can launder all this money. Real quick, who's from Atlanta? Make some noise. Hell yeah, Marietta, Noonan, close enough. It's all right. I love Atlanta though. I think people from Atlanta are the shit. You guys are cultural frontrunners, man. It's nobody like you. I'm really proud to say I live in Atlanta. Like, okay, check this out, right? Did you guys know Atlanta was the first city on the East Coast to have bird scooters involved in a drive-by? Right? That's the most Atlanta shit I've ever heard in my life. It's like nobody else is doing that. No other city has drive-by scootings. Right? No one's diverse enough to pull that off. Think about it. That's hood, hipster, and hillbilly all in one crime. That's amazing. You couldn't get that shit in New York City. If you saw a bird scooter gang in Midtown Manhattan right now, it would look like Sex and the City on wheels. In Midtown Atlanta, it looks like the Village People on crack. That's the shit. Right? The only thing I don't like about Atlanta is like there's too many like family-friendly public events, the walks, and you guys do too much weird shit. I don't know what the hell. My friend and I were stuck in one the other day, man. He looks at me, he was like, what kind of parade is this? Because there was no floats, there was no banners, there was nothing. There was just white people in the street. So I looked at him and I was like, I don't know, white people parade? And he's like, I mean, clearly, but come on, that's every parade. And he's a white guy, so I got a little offended. I was like, hold on. Black people can have parades. And I thought about it and I was like, nah, you right. Because like if there's 500 to 1,000 black people walking in the middle of the street facing the same direction in the middle of broad daylight, right? We are marching. If somebody died and we are going to the courthouse steps to demand the freedom of Brother Hampton, like, that's not the way it goes down for us. You know what I'm saying? It's not a celebration when we do it. Police do not block off the street for us, generally. That's not how it happens. I'm saying, you see some wild shit though in Atlanta, man. The other day I was in an Uber and I saw a lady standing on the side of the street doing curls with a pair of bricks. Which was confusing because she had a really nice running suit on, you know what I'm saying? Like, looked pretty expensive. She looked like she was headed to the 2019 ATL Summer Trap Olympics, which should absolutely be a thing. They could have like a trapathlon, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't know, you gotta like, you know, do some weightlifting with some bricks, throw one through a window, sell some crack, hop on a bird scooter, shoot somebody. Like, that would be amazing. I love Atlanta. Because you couldn't even come up with stuff like that where I'm from, man. I'm from a DC suburb called Fairfax, Virginia. You know, yeah, that was my experience. It was a very white conservative place when I grew up there, and if you missed it, I am, in fact, black, despite this haircut. Had to learn to navigate being black in a blackness vacuum. A blackume, if you will. That doesn't make for a fun childhood, man. Growing up black and punk rock in Northern Virginia in the 90s was like being the main character in Get Out, but without the black friend. It's hard to make black friends when you look like Skrillex in blackface, you know what I'm saying? What are you guys pulling back on me? Don't get offended because I said blackface. Get offended because I said Skrillex. Fuck that guy. Well, like, nobody wanted to be my friend, man. I couldn't get invited to the picnic or the barbecue. Okay, some of you don't know what the barbecue is. Let me explain that. The barbecue, but black people, if you're in here, I'm sorry, I'm giving up secrets. The barbecue is like a general term of acceptance for black people. If we've invited you to the barbecue, it means that we feel comfortable having you around our friends and family. Clearly, most of you haven't been invited. And then the picnic is, I mean, you know, y'all know what you do. So, but I couldn't get invited to either, man. I couldn't get a place at the table. And all I wanted was a seat. That's all I wanted. I don't care what's in the potato salad. I prefer paprika, but I'll take the shit with raisins, man. You can pick them out. It's fine. I'll do the work. I'll put the work in. Just give me a plate, nigga. I'm hungry. People always think I'm on a team, though. White people think I'm always accepted on Team Black. Not all the time. I wish. I mean, I can get a ghetto pass, but I gotta reapply once a month. A lot of black people think that I want to be on Team White, like that's an option. I don't. It's not. You all won't let me in. I mean, okay, white women often let me in, but that upsets some of you, and that makes me happy. It's okay, I have one at home, I can say it. But I didn't get to be on a team, man. I didn't get to be on a team. I got exiled to fucking Oreo Island. I don't like them motherfuckers either. I was sharing an Uber the other day with a 20-year-old black girl with a rich white boyfriend coming from a country club talking about how much she liked Donald Trump to me like it was a point of conversation. I was like, bitch, I'm not on your side. I'm stuck on this damn island with these freaks, man, just trying to figure out how to swim. All right, I'm from the suburbs, I know how to swim, but you get the metaphor. Some of you get the metaphor, and the rest of you don't have black friends. But, you know what I'm saying? I was ostracized growing up for my ethnicity and denied my racial identity. And that seems unfair to me, right? Because, like, Rachel Dolezal got to identify as black for what, like 5 years before anybody said shit to this lady? I tell people I'm black, and they're right to my face. No, that's not it. Like, what are you, Dominican, Puerto Rican, something? Somehow everyone's confused except the police. It's never a question for them. People have always told me that I talk white my whole life. That's racist. Just because I sound like Barack Obama went to Burning Man, that's... Now, let me be clear. I'd be willing to bet that this dude has some dank-ass nugs. Like, I know... I don't talk white. I speak it. There's a difference. All right? Growing up in Fairfax, Virginia, it was very important for someone like me to be fluent in white. It's a means of survival. You don't want to get pulled over by a police officer in a white neighborhood. They're asking you if you have a weapon. You get flustered talking about, bruh. And they hear, yeah. Well, if that sounds far-fetched to you, you have to understand, I was once almost shot dead by the police. This is just one of the many times, but this one time in particular, I was almost shot dead by the police because I was mistaken for a man who was 6'2", over 200 pounds. He had a tattoo of a spider web the size of my hand on his face. And like, all right, I'm not exactly what you would call light skinned, I'm somewhere in the middle. This nigga was blurple. All right, let me explain blurple. Let me do the math for you on blurple. That's blue, black, plus purple equals blurple. It's like the color of like Seal and Wesley Snipes. Don't get nervous because there's no black people here. I can say it. I'm trying. Well, the only way I got out of that shit, these police officers were crazy, man. The only way I got out of that shit is I was able to speak to them clearly, concisely, calmly. Right? And whitely, right? What I'm trying to sell you is you never know what's gonna happen when you're black, and speaking white can save your life. Which is the slogan of my new online course, How to White. A black man's guide to seeing 30. What, are we divided on this premise? I don't know what you're talking about. I watch Fox every night. They've never mentioned it. You guys are awesome, man. I'm Damian Turner. Give it up for Andy George.
Damian Turner, let him hear it! Fantastic!